Welcome back to this Forge College Explainer. We're diving straight into monitoring and performance tools today. Look, you're building dApps on Solana, specifically working on integrating with Solana dApp marketplaces. We're in the thick of advanced integration tools and configurations right now. And in this session, we're going to draft the absolute engineering blueprint for your dApp's ultimate safety net. Because let's be real, nobody wants that 3 a.m. panic attack, realizing their integration is literally on fire. So we're covering the essentials to bridge the gap between just building a project and actually running a rock-solid professional integration.
In our last lesson, integrating deployment strategies with tests, you absolutely crushed it. You've got your CI and CD pipelines humming like a well-oiled machine. That's a huge milestone. But here is the million-dollar question. Your tests passed, sure, but is it actually working right now? We need to know exactly what goes down when real, chaotic users start hammering your marketplace integration in the wild west of production. You know, not just what happens in that sterile, perfectly controlled little testing bubble.
So here's our game plan for today. 1. Closing the testing loop. 2. Gathering your telemetry. 3. Setting smarter alerts. 4. Automated responses. 5. Securing the setup. And finally, 6. Ready for the capstone.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, closing the testing loop.
Think about how you've probably been operating up to this point. You write some code, you run a test, you get that sweet green check mark, and you celebrate, right? That's a discrete test run. But we're stepping it up. Instead of just running discrete test suites that pass or fail in a vacuum, we're upgrading to a continuous, real-time stream of operational health data. It's kind of like the difference between checking your car's oil once a year in your garage and just hoping for the best versus having a modern dashboard that actively monitors your engine while you're blasting down the highway at 70 miles per hour. You absolutely need that continuous visibility so the engine doesn't, literally blow up on you.
Moving on to Section 2, gathering your telemetry.
So what exactly is telemetry in the Web3 world? Well, by definition, it's the automated, continuous collection of metrics and traces from your integration to observe its real-time health. Remember that car dashboard analogy we just talked about? That's exactly it. It continuously feeds you vital signs so you aren't left guessing. It essentially takes all that invisible software magic happening under the hood and turns it into concrete numbers we can actually read and track.
We're going to set up sensors to track some absolutely crucial data points. First up is request latency, specifically your median and P95. This basically tells you how snappy your app feels to 95% of your users, completely filtering out those weird one-off outliers. Next, we have the Solana RPC error counter. I mean, if the blockchain node you're talking to decides to just drop connections, you need to know instantly. We're also tracking external marketplace success rates and your CI test pass ratio. This helps you seamlessly tie new code updates to any live production issues. And lastly, we're implementing a synthetic canary check. Think of this as a little robot health inspector that periodically pokes your app and asks, "Are you still alive?" It's a lifesaver for catching outages before your actual users even notice something's wrong.
All right, on to Section 3, setting smarter alerts.
Now here's your initial calibration matrix. We are keeping these thresholds purposefully conservative at first. Why? Because we only want your phone blowing up when there's a genuine, undeniable fire. For instance, if your P95 latency stays over 1.5 seconds for 5 solid minutes, that completely tanks the user experience, so we flag it. An RPC error rate creeping above 5% for 5 minutes? That points to a severe node problem that's going to block your smart contract interactions. And it goes without saying any CI test failure in the latest run needs to be instantly correlated with your production signals, just to check if a recent deployment accidentally broke something.
Let's zoom in on one specific scenario here. 98%. Say your external marketplace success rate suddenly dips below 98% for 3 straight minutes. Boom! The system automatically flags an anomaly. Now, you might be wondering, why a 3-minute window? Well, blockchain networks and third-party APIs can have little momentary hiccups. It's just the nature of the beast. We definitely don't want to blast an air horn in your ear just because the internet blinked for 10 seconds. But if it's down for 3 whole minutes, yeah, something is fundamentally, systematically broken on your end.
Which brings us to Section 4, automated rollbacks and responses.
This is where the engineering gets super fun, guys. We are building an active self-healing system. Check out this flow. Step 1. Your monitoring tool, like Prometheus or Grafana, detects a fire and an alert goes off. Step 2. Alert Manager securely fires off a digital distress signal, which we call an authenticated webhook. Step 3. Your CI pipeline catches that event and instantly opens a remediation run to fix the issue. Finally, Step 4, it posts a status update right back to your dashboard. So basically, if something breaks, the system can automatically toggle a safety switch or roll back a bad update without you lifting a single finger. You literally get to sleep while your infrastructure plays superhero. How cool is that?
Let's look at Section 5, Securing the Monitoring Setup. Now you've built this beautifully automated machine, but just as we emphasize across all the advanced courses here at Forge College, security is never an afterthought. You've got to put a padlock on it. First, keep all those webhook secrets and API keys tightly vaulted, no exceptions. Second, enforce strict role-based access control, or RBAC, so only authorized folks can tweak your alert thresholds. Third, enable immutable audit logging. You always want a forensic trail of who changed what rule and when they did it. And please, for the love of all things Web3, avoid checking plaintext credentials into your source code repository. That's just inviting hackers to the party, and trust me, you don't want them there.
Finally, Section 6, Ready for the Capstone.
So, the final strokes of our blueprint are complete. Your integration is equipped with a robust, auditable safety net for production, bringing us to the next phase of your journey. As you gear up for your capstone project, remember this. Your live monitoring signals aren't just for putting out fires. They will directly guide how you shape retries and optimize your actual smart contract calls in our next lesson. You'll be using this real, raw telemetry data to judge the costs, the gas fees, and the latency trade-offs of your Solana interactions. Being able to make data-driven decisions like that, it's an incredibly powerful position to be in as a Web3 developer.
So, I've got a challenge for you. What hidden bottlenecks will your new telemetry reveal during a 24-hour smoke test? Go ahead and run that test right now to accumulate your baseline data. Just let the system run and watch those metrics gather. I absolutely guarantee you'll uncover some fascinating bottlenecks you had no idea existed. And with that, we've wrapped up our blueprint. Be sure to head over to forge.college to continue exploring advanced Web3 development and check out our other modules. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.